I also back here with another episode of Indigo Podcast, and today I got another guest, Serge or Bryson.
Yo,
Today we're just gonna be talking about lifting because me and him both lift, and it's just I think he's the perfect person for this episode. So I got 10 questions for him, and we're just gonna see how he replies to them. But the first one, what made you get into lifting?
oh man, that's a story. Well,
Yeah,
it's a lot. Like when I was young, I used to get bullied. It's a typical story. Get bullied, you change. But yeah, I got bullied. I wanted to become a bigger person. You know, I used to have a lot of hobbies. Like I used to try out a lot of hobbies, but like I couldn't find one that was right. I used to like do BMX, scootering, skateboarding, all that. I tried it.
yeah,
None of it really clicked. I would get mad because I wouldn't be able to do it. Like you see people online, they do it so good. I would try to do it. It wouldn't work out. I would get mad at myself, but it's a work in progress. It's how it works. But I just didn't understand that. Uh, I started lifting at school. They had like a weightlifting group after school or whatever. I didn't really know how it worked. I would just go in, do a bunch of random machines, drink a protein shake after, and call it a day. But
yeah, yeah.
that that's where it basically started. And then I, researched like workout splits. I found out that Planet Fitness was doing it for free for the summer. I started there. And then it was kind of just like you get addicted to progress and then you just can't stop. Just start seeing progress, small progress, newbie gains. You get the first newbie gains and you're like super overconfident. And then you're like, okay, I gotta lock in. I just kept on doing it. It's like part of my life now. I just can't stop.
I agree with you 100%. Like, I used to get a little bit bullied, like in middle school. It wasn't necessarily for like, well, it was more of like a weight thing. And then I
Yeah,
finally lost it like eighth grade, and then people started noticing because at first I was doing it kind of for other people. Now it's just for me. Like I just lift because I
exactly.
generally like it because you see you get the newbie gain, so it's like, oh crap, like I'm starting to
Yeah,
get lean and stuff or bulk up, whatever you're doing, if you're cutting or
yeah,
bulking, whatever. And then you just see like you getting strong. Because the thing with me, I love like because I'm pretty sure you track your lifts too. I think that's really
yeah,
important. Like just seeing the progression to week. Like I've really been appreciating it more recently. Just seeing like, okay, you get one more rep or you add 5 or 10, 15
exactly.
more pounds. It's a slow process, but I really agree with what you just said. And I relate to that. But second question, it kind of goes into this like what made you like well not what made you like when did you start taking lifting serious? Like is it a certain year or like age or
Um, Probably like what made me start taking it serious.
no, not what, like just when. Like
when?
what
Oh yeah, like
yeah.
probably like 2 years ago. I don't know. I've been lifting weights probably since like 3 years ago, but I didn't
Mm,
start. Like I was going to the gym, but I didn't care. I didn't care. I would eat whatever. I didn't know there was that much behind like lifting weights.
mm,
I would just think, oh, if I go in the gym, I'll eat whatever I want. I won't really care about my body that much. I'll get
mm,
muscle. And
mm,
I found out it's really not how it works. So then I started taking it serious probably this last year or so. I started
mm.
just I made the wrong choice. I probably shouldn't have bulked because I was already kind of heavier when
Yeah,
I went to
yeah.
bulking. I kind of just used it as an excuse to eat a bunch of like crappy food basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably this past year I've been pretty dialed into the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean oh crap. Anyway, now for me, I really started taking it serious like I'd say a year ago. I started taking my whole because I did a running thing too.
Yeah.
So I really started dialing that in and being really like intentional and consistent with that. Like I would say a year ago. I really said like August of last year. That's when it really like started locking in because
Yeah.
I didn't know splits. I didn't know progressive. I really like lifting used to
Yeah.
confuse me. So I'm like, do I just do 4x12? And I didn't know about training the failure and like low intensity versus high end. I didn't
Exactly.
know
Yeah.
about anything. So for me, I started taking it serious like I'd say about a year ago or so. But the third question I got, like, what's your favorite thing about lifting? Like, is it the process or like, the newbie gains? Like, what's your favorite thing about it, just in general?
I love honestly, it might sound corny, but I just love like the feeling like when you're training to failure.
Facts.
I love the pump. I love like the aches. I just love it all. It's
Facts. I
just
agree
it's like
100%.
it's like an addicting feeling. And I don't know. I like just pushing my body to like how do I say this? Like to amounts that I would have never thought I would push my body to before.
I agree, bro. You speaking that real. I agree 100%, bro. Like,
That's just the
I can't
main
even
thing.
comment on that. You just explained it for me. Like, I completely, yeah. I mean, for me, it's just not just for just life in general. I really want to see how far I can take this. And I really think with lifting, when you train to failure, you're literally doing that physically. And, obviously the way I'm saying it's more of like a not a, I mean, obviously physically you'll do things that push your capabilities, but like it's kind of a mental, like a complex, like how you
Yeah,
think of things. I just think I'm not saying you have to train to failure on every set. We're not saying that. It's just like you should be training intensely, but it's just that feeling of like I wouldn't say your muscle fiber. Technically, they are tearing, but like it's just like peak physical exhaustion, kind of.
yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
kind of
Yeah,
like if you wanted to simulate it in running, it'd be like an all-out mile time trial. Like it's just like you're literally like pushing as hard as you can, and then when you hit failure, you literally can't push anymore. Because if you really train to
exactly.
failure, you're literally like trying as hard as you can, and it's just not moving. So I agree 100%. That's definitely my favorite. It's just the process, and then just that feeling of just doing that and then leaving knowing you gave it everything you had. Because a lot of people just lie
Exactly.
to themselves, like, "Oh, I tried," and they really didn't. And like you really tried. So I that's real. That's that real. Bryson speaking that real over there. But fourth one, I'm really curious what you say about this. Like, who's your favorite bodybuilder of all time?
That's if we're talking like all time,
Yeah,
I'd probably have to go with I don't know. I'm looking at it of more of how inspirational they were rather than just how good their physique was. I'd have to say like Tom Platz or Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman. I love that guy. Those are two really good inspirational. Like, I mean, all bodybuilders push themselves, but like it's just
yeah,
if you want to get motivated, you just look up Tom Platz yelling in your ear. Yeah,
yeah,
easy,
yeah.
easy gym session.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't necessarily have a favorite, but I can name a few like I really respect. Tom Platz is up there. Ronnie, like just a video of him saying like lightweight and just like
Yeah.
squatting buku weight, like bro, it's just legendary. I gotta throw what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. I'll come back to him. It's like a white dude, and I follow him, so I should know his name. I think you might know what I'm talking about. It's like a white dude, and he went against Ronnie.
Uh,
Jay Cutler. I just remember Jay Cutler.
Jake. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll put Jay Cutler up there for sure. Chris Bumstead, he's like one of the newer ones. I really just watching his YouTube videos, he's so like vulnerable and like honest about his like, and it's kind of to his advantage because he's like, I mean, the way I see it, your competition is clearly watching you. He's one of the most popular bodybuilders of all time, and your competition is watching you, and he's being so like vulnerable and like it's kind of like a weakness to some people. I think it
Yeah.
works to his advantage. I don't know, but just seeing him have a kid now and just the way he carries himself, I just respect that. I'm trying to think of anyone else. Dorian, you could throw like he kind of did the whole low intensity, high volume stuff. Mike Menser,
Oh,
like
I
the
love
whole
Mike Manzer.
yeah, like he kind of pioneered that, and then that kind of carried over to like, I don't know if you know who Mike Husetta is. Like I really got
Who?
that. Yeah, Mike, you said it. I don't think
Nah, I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure if you know who that is, but he's the one who kind of got me into the lower intensity stuff. And I think you know who Max Taylor lifts is. I think you know who that
Oh
is,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who he does that now too. So both of them got me into that, but they both kind of got that from Mike. So it just shows that's been around for a while. But for me, I
Yeah.
was just those people I just listed. Those are like my favorites, the ones I really like respect the most. But another interesting question, like I kind of noticed a little bit, but like, what's your current training split look like?
I actually just switched my training split. Um, I was doing Arnold split, so it's chest, back, arms, and then legs, rest, and then chest, back again. I don't train legs twice a week because I feel like my legs are a stronger point, so I don't really feel the need to train them twice a week.
Right.
But I just kind of switched to like as I started cutting down, I realized that chest and back is like really difficult to hit twice a week
Mm-hmm.
because it's two like really big muscles. There's a lot of exercises, a lot of volume to go into a back because I mean you need two upper back movements, two lat movements. It's a lot to do in one day. So I found it
Facts.
was really like kind of draining my energy levels a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because you know how when you're cutting down your energy, it's already at an all time low.
No, I
But
can attest to that. Yeah, I can attest to that.
yeah, and so I kind of doing like a kind of a push pull legs thing, but I kind of just do push pull rest and then legs, and then I so it's like PPL X Arnold
Mm,
basically. So I'm at least getting one full arm day in a week, so I can kind of I don't really feel like push pull legs, and then like in one week push pull legs and then push pull legs rest and then push pull legs. I don't really feel like that's optimal, my opinion, because I like to have at least one arm day so I can get like full arms done. I don't know.
yeah,
That's
I
just my
mean, I like how you said like in your opinion because it's really the thing with lifting, and I've done this with running and just life in general. Like people overcomplicate things. Like they're like, oh, I got to do. Like they're so worried about their split. The main thing is just being consistent and just
exactly.
pushing yourself. Is literally it. But I mean, obviously, like you said, it's preference. You prefer a whole arm day. I personally like shoulders and arms. Like I like doing like seated shoulder press and then going in the tricep push down. Like you know what I mean? Like I like that personally. What I could do a whole arm. I wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me. But that's just what I prefer. So I think there's a lot of preference in what you prefer. But in terms of my split, like I explained, I did a whole video on it, but like I just
Yeah.
pretty much coming off the weekend, it's like 4 days in a row because it'll be I'll start from like Saturday. So it's like chest, back, and biceps, and then I do shoulders, legs, triceps. I kind of got that. I don't know if you know who Will Tennyson is, but I kind of got that from him like a while ago. But if you don't know who he is, he's cool. But anyway, I do shoulders and arms after that, and then I have legs, and then I have rest, and then I have chest and back. I did that today because today's Thursday, and rest, and then I just repeat that. So that's what works for me personally. It's just 5 days. During like the school year, I might do like 3 days and then 2 days there because they live there, so that's equals out to five. But yeah, the split like you don't gotta go to like a lab and get it down to a
Yeah,
T. Like it
exactly.
doesn't have to be that
It's
deep.
not that serious.
Just pick some and run with it. Like we both have. So and it's working for us. So
You just
I'll
gotta
just
like
try that.
experiment. That's all it
Exactly. I
is.
think experiment, especially when you're like newer to it,
Exactly. Just
you
try
don't
it
have,
out. Whatever works, works.
literally like you don't have to do like just because I do cable bicep curls. You don't have to do that. Like there's other like you could do standing, you could do alternating, but there's some movements that are just stupid in my opinion that you should not do.
Yeah.
Like the one where like you hold like the dumbbell and like you know what I'm talking about? Like you hold it at both
Yeah.
ends. Like it's not really a point. Like just do like a
This is
normal.
just better. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
Better
like
alternatives, but
yeah, it's just pick what works for you and do it consistently and progress and push yourself. It's really it. But anyway, what is your favorite muscle group to train and like why? Like what's the reasoning behind that?
my favorite um it's a tough question. I like I really like training chest. I think chest is probably my favorite muscle group. I don't know. I feel like chest pump is like kind of superior to every other pump because it's just like that whole area is just like pumped. It's like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know. I just love training chest. I like biceps too. Biceps pumps are always cool.
Facts,
Uh,
facts, facts.
yeah, yeah. I
Nah,
like chest. That's my
yeah,
favorite.
for me right now, I would say lower body. Like it's a lot of people hate lower body, but the thing is with me, I just added in Bulgarian split squats, and I did that a while ago, and it was like the track like weight room or whatever. But I brought it back because I was doing seated leg press, but you know the one at Planet Fitness, you can't get like really deep into the full range of motion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm not talking about like the vertical, like that one,
Yeah,
like
you're talking about like the machine.
yeah, like it's just
Yeah.
it doesn't get deep enough for me. Pause. But
Oh,
yeah, I do that. Well, yeah, I just added Bulgarian split squat, and also I want to get a unilateral movement because I feel like with every muscle group, you probably want to get a unilateral type. Other than chest, I don't really people do that. I don't really care. It just looks silly to me, and I don't really see a
yeah, I
point
agree.
because you're just like it just looks
Yeah.
slow. But personally, yeah, I added that. And at first, the main thing with that is the balance because it's just, I wasn't like, it really takes a lot of balance. And I was
Yeah, it
like tipping
does.
over. And I had I had my muscle straps. I don't know what that is. My lifting straps, my lifting straps. And I mean, obviously the grip, it wasn't an issue with like, I just, I looked it up and like after like the third try, I did it again this week and I finally got it. And the thing is, your like foot placement too. Like if you place your like foot too far back on the bench, it can throw you off.
Yeah.
But once you get it, like it's golden. Obviously, it's like the most other than RDL. RDL takes a lot out of me personally, but that and Bulgarian split squats, they take a lot of like energy out of you for sure. But for me, it's lower body right now. But you was chest. Chest is up there too for me. But next question, what's your opinion on like low volume and high intensity strength training? Because I know we both kind of like talked about it a little bit. Like, what's your like opinion on it?
My opinion, I think ever since I switched, I there's no going back. It's just probably the best thing I feel like you can do for like hypertrophy for training. It's literally the best thing. Like people do like junk volume. I'm a victim of junk volume. I used to do 5 sets of 20 reps per exercise. It just it doesn't equate to 2 sets higher weight going intense, like pushing your body to failure. I think it's just superior to, in my opinion, superior to any other way of training. I feel like if you if you're beginning, I don't think it's I don't think you should start training super intense if you're beginning. I think you should probably let your body ease into the whole gym thing and then like kind of research, okay, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think, um, I mean, I would say, um, most of it's lower volume. Like I have some sets to one, like literally one set to failure.
yeah,
I mean, but that's kind of like maybe 1 to 2. But I mean, overall, I'll say on average, I'm like doing 2 sets. And obviously, if it's 2 sets, the like least intensity I'll go is like 0 reps left in reserve. And like that's the last, like you know you're not gonna get another rep, but like if you win another one, you would fail. But yeah, I agree with it. I think it's a good approach. I mean, obviously, I'll say you have to be a little bit more advanced. You have to be,
yeah,
your form has to be on point. If your form is trash, you're gonna get injured. So I would start with like
exactly.
maybe 3 to 4 sets of like, I know the 8 to 12 is kind of arbitrary and like it's kind of just a random number, but it actually is good for her hypertrophy. I would say like in general, like anything from 5 to like 15, like that's cool.
Yeah,
But even 4 reps, like if you're like your form's solid and you're pushing it to failure, I don't see a problem with it.
exactly.
You shouldn't train every set to 4, in my opinion, but I agree. I completely agree with you, what you just said. I think it's a good approach, but you should be kind of like cautious about it and do your
Yeah.
research. But I'm not really sure what you're gonna say about this one, but like, what's your favorite upper body like exercise of all time?
Just like upper body, like anything.
Yeah, just anything upper body, like anything.
Um, I love cable. Do lateral raises count?
Yeah, 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 and like literally
I
anything.
love cable
Yeah,
lateral
yeah.
raises.
Oh
The
yeah,
cable
yeah.
lateral raises are
Facts,
just
facts.
so like I if it sucks like trying to progress in any type of lateral raise for me. It's like
Yeah,
takes
for sure.
forever. But you do low weight with those and you go as slow as you can. You hold it up as tight. You squeeze as tight as you can. You go. It
Bro,
burns like so. It gives the best pump.
bro.
It burns crazy. It's just the
Literally,
best
bro.
exercise.
Nah, like, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Lat raises are up there. They're up there. Like, bro, it's just
Yeah,
especially cable ones. That's my favorite. It's the normal lat, like seated lat. Because the thing is with seated ones, you want to put the seat up like all the way. So like for Planet Fitness, it goes up to 8. So I put it to 8.
Yeah,
And I kind of like lean, like not like hunch over, but I kind of like lean into it. I don't know how to explain it. You'd have to
yeah.
see me like a video of me doing it, but that just helps you get a better stretch. You obviously know getting a good stretch is good for muscle hypertrophy. But first favorite right now is I really think a single arm lat pull down because I saw that Max you said a guy do it. I saw him do it, and I'm like, I need an because I think you know too. Like if you do train a muscle group twice a week, you want to vary the like exercises so you can because you know it
Yeah.
helps with better progressive overload. So I'm like, I want a new lat exercise, and I had that like in the tuck. I just never used it, and I tried it. I'm like, this is golden. So I'd probably say right now a single arm lat pull down, but cable lateral raises is always gonna be like in my top three. It's just phenomenal, like the stretch and just
Yeah.
if you really control it, like it's just crazy. With this one, I think this one might be a little bit harder. Like, what is your favorite lower body exercise of all time? This might be a little bit harder.
Um, I would just say just a simple leg extension. It's just I just you just gotta go as slow as you can. You squeeze at the top. I mean, like every exercise can be good if you control it, but
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just that certain exercise or hamstring curls. I love hamstring curls. I love
Facts. Seated or lying?
seated. My
Okay,
Planet
okay.
Fitness. Does your Planet Fitness have line?
Yeah, they have lying. It's like, you
I
know, the little
wish.
yellow area. That's where that
Yeah, they
one's
don't
at.
have that
Yeah.
in mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like quad extensions though, because you know how like the handle, like to move the if I don't have any more reps, I've done partial reps, everything. I like hang on to the handle. I just I just go try to go as hard as I can on legs, but that's a go to machine.
Yeah. For me, I would say just normal deadlifts. Like I have a certain thing for deadlifts. I like RDLs, like normal deadlifts is just I could pull a decent amount of weight, but I think one that everyone's gonna say is like squat. Squats like in my top three. You can't go wrong with squat. But seated leg hamstring curl, I really like that too. It's just like cause the thing with me on that one, I scoot the seat up as far as possible, like up. Like I hold on to the little thing and like it's just an insane stretch and just it's
Yeah,
crazy. If you've never tried that, you should try it. Some people do it farther back. That's kind of preference, but I prefer the stretch, you know, all the way like up. But all time I probably say deadlifts. Like I just throw some stuff on the bar and just pulling deads, like it's just ridiculous. Like I don't know how
yeah.
you feel about deadlifts, but I personally like, really like them. But this is the last question I got today for this pod. But what's like your end goal with lifting? Like, is it just like muscle growth, like a certain weight number, or just like overall health, or like what do you like? What does that look like for you?
My end goal, honestly, like a dream of mine would be to be up on stage in like a natural bodybuilding competition because I'm not.
That'd be sick, bro. That'd be
I would
sick.
love to compete. I would love to get up there, like not I don't want to be famous, but like I would love to get a little bit of like traction, complete, have some audience. That'd be great. But I mean, I just kind of I just stay to myself and just kind of do whatever and if it happens, it happens. But I would definitely love to compete. That'd be awesome.
Not for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, the thing is, bro, like the thing with competing, because I've watched so many vlogs, I watched so many like show day videos and all of that. Because I'm really into like, I would say I'm just as much in the lifting space as I am in the running space. Like I just love training in general, just the process. And the thing with shows is just I don't think it really gets that hard and like, you know, mentally fatiguing. Like it really gets difficult when you have to cut down because people don't understand how lean you have to be show ready. Like
Yeah.
I'd probably say like 8 to maybe 6%, maybe like 5, something like that, but probably like
Yeah.
6 to 8, something like that. It's just like, bro, like, cause your test is gone, you know, you don't really want to do much, but you have to, you know, because that's the standard you
Yeah.
set. But it's kind of similar to like a running prep, in my opinion. Like, it's just, you have to be so dialed in and, you know, get your macros right, get your calories right.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the hardest things you can do, in my opinion. And I mean, I haven't really done any cuts, like really. I mean, I haven't really done a bulk either. I kind of thought about it. I'm not really sure. I mean, I think because for me, like this kind of off course. Like I think like I have good muscle. It's just like I think maybe if I bulked, you could probably see it a little bit better. But I mean, I just know from seeing other people doing it that it's just it takes a toll on you. But I think you learn from it though. You learn from,
Yeah,
like, and then you look super peeled and super shredded. So it looks cool, but obviously you don't
yeah.
feel the best. But it's just a cool achievement to have, in my opinion. But like, is there like how far would you want to go with that? Like, is there any like divisions you would want to go to, or you just want to go like to a natural show?
I'm just trying to go like a natural. So I think that would like put a good point of view as to like I don't know like what like I know everybody's body is different, genetics play a role, everything, but like a
Hmm.
good like point of view as to how how do I say this? Like how far you can build your body naturally without using like, you know, whatever.
So arms or
Like
yeah, whatever. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think that would like paint a picture of like this is the competition. Like you can gain a crazy physique without doing what all the influencers online do and you
facts.
know
Yeah.
take steroids or whatever. And yeah, I think that would be like a good experience and it would probably make me push harder.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I want to state before we get off here, I just want to like tell y'all like I don't really think majority people who that's taking steroids really need to take them. I just think, in my personal opinion, I feel like I wouldn't say it's cheating. I mean, that's your choice, but at the end of the day, I feel like people kind of underestimate how far they can push their bodies. Like even with,
Yeah,
obviously with the amount of muscle they can build and how lean they look, I really think it's a lot of natural people. Like I can't really think of any names, but there's a lot of natural lifters that have proven to be natural, and they look just as peeled as people that are on steroids. Obviously, they're
exactly.
bigger and stuff, but and they can build muscle faster. But I mean, if you really want to build muscle, I would just say, obviously, if you're already kind of like big, I guess you probably wouldn't want to bulk off rip, but I would say like going on a lean bulk and then cutting. I mean, that'll probably get you closer to where you think you could be, and just being intentional and being consistent with your training and your diet. Like that's pretty much it. I mean, it's easy. It's just not simple. It's easy though.
Yeah,
I mean, no, it's simple but not easy. I flipped that. It's simple but not easy. But yeah, I just think a lot of people underestimate how far they can go, and they just go to steroids off rip because
yeah,
they just don't really believe in themselves. But anyway, I think you're the perfect guest for this video because I really realized we really agree on a lot of stuff. So I really appreciate that other people really, really appreciate lifting. And I think a lot of people should lift just for general health. Obviously,
yeah.
for us, is more just for muscle growth and to look cool, and obviously just the experience. But yeah, that was the episode, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.